Welcome back to the Hey Eintracht Frankfurt podcast, the only podcast covering the greatest club in the world in the English language. Say no more, Matthew. The Bundesliga season, it's on.
Hell
It's
yeah.
on.
It was an
Um,
exciting first weekend.
the build up, by the way, get in touch with the show. If you're not watching on YouTube, like, follow, subscribe on YouTube because we're going full interactive today. We've got graphics and we've got a lot to discuss on the graphics we're going to show. So all I'm going to say is go to youtube.com, search up at HEF Pod, find us there. You will then see the banner at the bottom of the screen with all the other socials to keep in touch with the show. But I am Chris in I'm not in Michigan today. I am in city of Chicago. Uh, Beautiful town. Apparently, the military's coming here. Whatever. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, be rare.
Fantastic results.
Come back, baby. Round two for
Fantastic
you.
results around the Bundesliga this week. We'll get into the table a little bit later and what it means down the road. But let's start right off with the good stuff. Matchday 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 4, Werder Bremen 1. I promise graphics. I'm going to stumble through this, but let's do it. Let's start with lineups, Matt. Tell me what you saw in the lineups. Kind of what everybody expected. Nothing too crazy. Obviously, a couple old school guys there. Kevin Trapp is gone. Ekatike is gone. Some changeover, but I thought that the moves that were made throughout the summer led up to us putting our best roster out there on match day 1, and certainly they got us a good result. But I don't necessarily know if we expected the guys that showed up to show up the way they did. Did anything in this lineup surprise you
I
besides
don't
Gotza being out injured?
No, not really. I don't know. I thought maybe Collins and Teat would have maybe switched up, but I didn't mind Teat on the left wing over there. He was pretty fast and whatnot, but it seemed like when we did play when we did play on the offensive side, we turned to more 3 in the back, where Bahoya was more on the wide side and Rasmus pushed up a little bit more. So no, I was no complaints. I thought Seti played a good game too. Not that he had to do too much, honestly. But no, I mean the lineups are pretty solid. I mean, I definitely like Chanuzone playing that 10 spot, what I mentioned in the last episode, and it freaking, I mean, nail in the coffin with that statement there. Yeah, I wish Burkhardt had a little bit more of a like I wish he was kind of on the goal sheet, but I'm pretty sure he assisted Uzon on one of the goals there. But yeah, overall, pretty good lineup, pretty good spot that Dino put us in here.
When we were in Philadelphia, we talked about our confidence in this lineup because for the most part, nothing had changed since last year. You know, a couple pieces, a couple guys that didn't get as much time last year were going to be relied on now, but we're seeing that consistency. A guy like Chan Uzin, who, you know, was a bench guy last year, a lone guy, coming in from Nuremberg as a still very young kid.
Mm-hmm.
But now getting to the point where like the results are showing.
$100 million
I
man.
mean, you called it. I laughed at
That's
you, but
coming up. That's
it's
coming up.
coming that way. It's leaning that
He's
way.
scoring bangers like we did against Angers too. Like it's towards the end of last season. I mean, I know Larson is definitely next in line, but Uzon is not far behind, and he's younger, which is even crazier.
I brought it up after the cup match. I don't know what's going on with Larson right now. I still think they're trying to figure out what's going on positionally with him and Dewan, and it just doesn't seem like Larson is as involved as he was last year.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: it's a good problem to have because we still had a thrashing ascension. Our midfield looked like it was controlling it, whatnot. Um, yeah, I mean, we'll probably we'll have a bunch of rotations. Like I can see Larson, I can see Gutsa going to Doan's side, maybe even Doan sitting back where Larson is, and then Larson maybe moving up where Ozone is and giving Bahoya a break, or maybe moving Ozone to Bahoya's spot, moving Larson to the 10th spot and stuff like that. There's so many different combinations that Dino can have, and it seems like it can work well if we do switch it up, because I mean, like you said, Larson didn't have the best game today, but we still had a 4-1 victory.
Yeah, exactly. And the early goals, they came early. They came often. Uzin in the 22nd, Boya with two in the middle, and then Knauf at the end. Kind of a distribution in the minutes there where everything was kind of nicely spaced out, and just consistency from start to finish. I mean, the laps where Bremen went down the pitch in like 5 seconds and scored their goal. I don't know. It was a great play by them, moving the ball the way they did, and a great finish. Like, I can't even argue it. But
Nothing,
at
yeah,
that
nothing you can
point,
do with that one.
yeah.
But yeah,
But at that point, the game was put away, and I think that's where, when you get a 3-0 lead and you're in the second half, like, anybody can blow a lead, as we'll talk about later with what happened around the league. But this defensive group always seems to like break down for 1 minute at some point. They did it in the cup match when Grawl got beat. They did it again here. I didn't even realize who was out of position on that one, but something just broke down in that long run with a great finish. Can't even, really complain about it, but
right.
just seemed like a consistent match from both ends of our lineup.
I mean, yeah,
You
the
don't want to
first 30
say,
minutes we came in hot, and I felt like we were pretty in control the whole way through, from defensive end, bringing the ball up and, even taking the ball away from their half end and trying to get some opportunities there. So, I mean, yeah, you can just see based on how many shots we had, and yeah.
yeah. And I think this is a match, compared to the cup match where he had like 80% possession and just it played keep away for a while and overpowered them. As bad as Werder Bremen is, and we said it was going to be a bloodbath, um, they held the ball in pretty good possession, and they had spells where, they were playing keep away from us. But I thought we did a good job of keeping the defensive shape. Everything was organized, and the back line, there's really, outside of that goal that was scored, there wasn't really a point where our defense looked like they were too far on their heels or that the shape was starting to break down. It was just comfortable on the defense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think Koch really demanded everything from there. Teat was pretty dominant the whole time. I mean, they made a great couple stops early as well. When we looked, I think Bremen had maybe one or two chances in the first half that kind of Teat kind of got to it, or even Koch got to it. So no, it was a perfect 10 out of 10 performance, honestly, in my opinion. Even that goal, yeah, maybe your mind switches off there, but that was also just a perfect goal by Bremen that they executed. Even if maybe they were switched on, that Bremen would have definitely gotten close to a goal. If not, maybe even a penalty or something like that if we were awake and gotten a last minute tackle there. But flawless, really flawless
Yeah.
first game.
Yeah. I mean, if we go out and pitch a 4-0 shutout in the opening week, uh, quite frankly,
I
we're
look a little
not built.
skeptical, honestly. I'd be
Yeah.
not that
Yeah.
comfortable with it. I'm like, whoa,
As a
something bad
fan base,
is
we're not built to handle those kinds of expectations.
no.
Plus Bayern put a good number out there on the opening night, and I feel like if we challenge them too much, they'll be like, "Hey, we got to score more goals." So maybe
Yeah,
we'll just let them feel comfortable with that goal difference right now.
exactly. We'll still let them off with 3 easily.
Let's talk about the man of the match.
Yeah,
Um, on the screen here,
Ahoya
I
for
put the
me.
two guys. Really can't argue either one. Chanuzen, between his goal and the first assist, especially, but then the second one too, just really good awareness of who's around him and what decision to make at the right time. I mean, that goal he scored, I jumped off the couch. It was that exciting, the
Yeah,
way he finished that. And then the touch he put on that second goal with the assist, or was that third, whatever it was, just really nice touch on there. Bahoya, though, Bahoya really, you know, starting to show a side of him that we were kind of all hoping for. And it goes to show that when you bring in a kid as young as he was, maybe let's let him grow up a little bit, get comfortable first before we start determining whether he was worth it or whatnot. But certainly to this point, these two guys so far this year really showing good development.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Bahoya is definitely my man of the match. I mean, Ozone definitely had a great strike and obviously great assists and whatnot, but I thought Bahoya definitely was a little bit more effective on that wing. I mean, he came from the outside far, like cut in. I mean, the whole right side of Bremen's defense had no answers for him whatsoever. So I felt he was the most effective in the game at that point. But yeah, man, I mean, two 20-year-olds just kind of leading the way for us. And then we still have Larson over there. I mean, Doan is decently young. Chaibi's pretty young. I mean, it's a fun time to be a 20-year-old, I guess, in these days to play for Frankfurt.
It's interesting because last year we were the youngest side or second youngest. I think we are the youngest side average age with our
Probably.
starting lineup. And this year we're not that much older. I think we're the second youngest or maybe the third youngest. It's still a young group, and to put up the
Mm-hmm.
results they are, to play as well as they are, 90 minutes of cup play, 90 minutes of league play, and very little breakdown.
Oh, Doan's 27. Never mind.
Yeah, he's a little older, but I mean, the older. We were
Yeah.
just talking about this, but what we consider old now is just stupid. But
Yeah.
it just goes to show like they're putting out a competitive group here, and there's no reason to think that this youth movement isn't going to be fruitful, because look at what they've done in a small sample size. But with some of the more experienced players moving on, they're filling those roles just fine. We're not short on goals
Mm-hmm.
without Marmouche, without Ekitike. Um, that was the big question. Where would the offense come from? I think we're more lethal now because you can't double up anybody. You double up on Dewan, and then you leave Bahoya over there, or you got Chanu's shooting lasers from 25 yards. Like, anything can happen with this group. You can't let your guard down.
No, I agree, and it's like I said, it's really exciting time right now, just because it's fun because everybody's having success. Where we had players like Jovic leave, or well, I guess Jovic would really only be the biggest name right now, but Ekatike and Marmouche are having great success over in the
Yep.
English Premier League. Hopefully we don't get matched up with one of them when it comes to the pot drawing on Thursday, but it's fun that we're having like just as much success, if not more success, with Chan, with Bahoya, with Burkhardt, with Larson, with Dorn, like with the depth that we have right now. And it's I feel like it's also just a great mix of having experienced players with Gutsa in there, and well, I guess Gutsa would be the one. I guess Batshuayi is a very experienced player, not so much in the Bundesliga, but still an experienced striker that could talk to Burkhardt a little bit more. So I mean, we're a good mix right now. And like I said, this was a 10 out of 10 performance and a great way to start the Bundesliga season.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about the rest of the league for a minute here. Bayern opening up with a 6-0 defeat to start the year over RB Leipzig. Absolutely awful game to watch, because I don't want to see Bayern dominate anybody that well, but also I love seeing Leipzig get dominated like that. But I don't know. I expected Leipzig to be down a little bit again, but that was just a come out flat performance on the opening night of the season. Is just
Yeah.
absolutely embarrassing for them.
Willie Orban looked like a very, very old man there, man. He was not looking good back there. I mean, Golashi wasn't even that great, but yeah, dude. Like I hope. I mean, hopefully, there's just like Leipzig just didn't wake up and maybe treated this as like a preseason game by accident or something like that. Like they maybe didn't double circle it on the calendar. But yeah, dude. I mean,
Um,
it's a long season. That's all I can say, I guess, to Leipzig fans.
yeah, we'll talk later about way too early takes for the season, because it is match day one. But a couple things stuck out to me. I really liked what I saw from Wolfsburg. That's a side that I thought was going to be competitive this year. They looked really good this weekend. The other one that looked equally as bad, Borussia Dortmund, blowing a 3-1 lead against St. Pauli. Give me your thoughts on that one, because that kind of overshadows a lot of the other things going on in the league.
Kind of crazy, man. I mean, and they've just re-signed Kovac today, I'm pretty sure. So until
So they're not too
2028.
worried about it.
Yeah, so I'm not really too worried about it either. But yeah, no, very interesting flip. I mean, I don't know what kind of went out there, whether there's any bad substitutions that Kovac did with, putting Pascal Gross and Bellingham out. But yeah, man, I'm Pauli with a great steal. That's how I
Yeah,
would see it.
yeah. Um, I thought I love how our banner at the bottom is covering up Leipzig too. I was going to get rid of that, but you know,
Nah, leave it.
screw
Keep
it.
him down
Looks
there.
better.
Yeah,
They
but
they
yeah,
shouldn't even be in
Leverkusen.
the lead with that performance they put out. So
Exactly. But yeah, Leverkusen with the loss too, going up early and then end up losing to Hoffenheim, who we end up playing next weekend. Do we put Hoffenheim on red alert here, or is Leverkusen lost without Mr. Shabby?
yeah, yeah. Um, Again, it's match day one. We shouldn't even bother looking at the table right now. But
No.
a couple names that we expected, at least after one match day, to be up there. Leverkusen, Stuttgart. Um, it just kind of shows you it's way too early to draw conclusions. But that's what we're going to do in the second half of the show. We're going to talk about way too early predictions. But right now, Matt, we got to talk about what we're drinking. Um, I had some beverages tonight and one that I'm saving for tomorrow. But tell us about your trip to the track this weekend.
Yeah, man. I was at the Saratoga Travers weekend. Great day. I mean, bet on a couple horses. Didn't win much money, or didn't win any money really. But yeah, was pretty much drinking. Oh, what was it called again? I had it in my head and I lost it because I couldn't pronounce it right. It was just another IPA up and it was made by Druthers Brewing Company over there. So really, really good. And yeah, no, great day to be with the horses. Just wish I won a
Good
lot
stuff.
more money.
Saratoga is one of my favorite places. Just really like the atmosphere there is just always fun. Even if you're not betting the horses, just the environment around watching people hit it big is just fun.
Yep. The
Really
Jonas
good.
Brothers were there on Sunday. So it was Travers Saturday, Jonas Brothers Sunday. So it was a very busy weekend and of good vibes for sure.
That's awesome. So I'm in Chicago and I'm gonna test your. Have you been to Chicago?
No, bucket
Yeah.
list.
All right. Well, let
Well,
me tell
before the
you.
military kicks me out.
Anybody. Damn it! Why did I start that? Uh, Anybody who's been to Chicago or is from Chicago. By the way, shout out EFC Chicago. Watch party here last year to launch one of the newest EFCs here in the States. And they'll be doing watch parties this fall. I'll be at a couple of them. Follow EFC Chicago. If you need help getting in touch with them, let us know. We'll make the connection for you. But while I'm here in Chicago, Matt, there is a local Chicago liquor that is, how do we say it? I think your generation would say it's ass. Um,
What kind of
and
liquor?
it's called Malört. Look up Malört Chicago. Go on your TikTok
I've
or
heard of
Instagram
Malort.
Reels. I know you've heard of it. It's kind of the viral thing around here right now. It's been around forever. Um, how do I describe it? If you lick the ass of a Canadian goose and then that taste hung around in your mouth for about 3 minutes, that's Malort. And I'm not even exaggerating. That is the taste. But it's one of those things like when you come to Chicago, you have to do it, even though I'm here
It's a pretty
probably
bottle.
once every 6 weeks or so. I can't not just watch other people laugh trying to down this stuff. So it's become like one of those you have to do it when you take someone out things. And tomorrow I'm taking out new people who have never been to Chicago before. So I will be introducing them to Malort. Maybe I'll take a video for you. You
Yeah, give
can
me their
probably find
reaction.
it. You can probably find it outside of here, but nobody wants to drink it. It's so
No.
bad.
Do you mix? Do you even do mixed drinks with it, or
You
what's
can't
even
like it
is
would
that bad?
split like water and oil. The mixer would be like, oh fuck you, I'm not gonna mix with that thing. It's just the
Shit.
flavor is the flavor is so bad. Like I don't think locals drink it for fun. I think it's just like one of those, hey, you got a buddy coming into town, make him take a shot of this kind of thing. That's what
Dude,
got me like 20 years ago.
you know what
So
my generation was drinking? Well, I guess I'm going to consider Malort. It's called a curb stomp. Do you know what that is?
I don't teach me.
So you have to chug this notoriously. It's not a shot, but it's just a nice red solo cup, and it is half a can of Four Loco, or half the cup of Four Loco, and then half a cup of 40 malt liquor. Give it a nice little stir, and you down that thing.
Because after you down it, you're gonna hit your head on the curb. You're gonna get stomped, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, yeah. If it's not going forward, or just the ricochet from the projectile vomit going backwards, it's your head's hitting the curb one way or the other.
That's brutal. No, I'm out. That's not me. Chicago has some good beer. I will not be beering this weekend. I'm working. I'm learning, and I'm gonna make other people suffer. Malort.
Are you gonna have
Uh,
some pizza though?
I have a love hate with Chicago pizza. Uh, I like their pizza, but it's not really pizza. It's like a casserole, you know.
I
And
guess.
while it's good, there are better pizzas out there. Now, which one is your favorite is always a discussion. I like Luminati's, a really good chain that's in the region. It's kind of like the safer version because it's not like 8 inches thick. It's more like 2 inches thick. Um, there's so many jokes to be
Let's
made
just try
there.
to really quick into a what are we eating kind of
Yeah,
segment. But
exactly.
I
Hey, it
I
is what it
I,
is.
I love Chicago style pizza because I had it. There was a place in New York City that's really good called Emmett's. People really got to go there. On Not Emmett's on Grove, the other Emmett's that I'm blanking on. But I love Detroit style pizza. Love it.
We'll talk. We'll
We'll
talk.
talk. We'll talk.
When we do a live from Detroit, I'll take you to all the good ones. But I'd put Detroit style up against anybody, but that's not, what this
Dude,
episode is
I'm
about.
with you. I think it's better than New
I,
York.
by the way, I like. Ooh, well, that's why you got kicked out of the city, right? Honestly, though, I would take Chicago style over New York style. That like greasy, floppy trash. I can't do that.
Well, you haven't had it
Uh,
right with that. I don't like there's spots without greasy.
I'll be out there in a few weeks. Maybe I got to try something new. I'll hit you up for some suggestions. All right,
Got it.
enough on the food talk because it's 9 o'clock at night and I'm starving. Um, let's talk transfers. The window closes in less than 5 days now as we record here on Tuesday. Um, Not a lot of talk around the club just because I think everyone's comfortable with where we are. I'm comfortable with the group we have. Weird name popped up today. I don't believe any bit of the rumors. Why don't you get into it though and tell me how stupid it is?
Yeah, I guess Gundogan was a rumor today, which is dumb because I'm pretty sure he was considering retiring or playing with City when he re-signed with City, and I don't think he wants to play in the Bundesliga anymore. So, yeah, I think he's
And we're
done
not
with
dropping
that.
that kind of money. Like
No,
on a guy who's my age, almost literally.
and that's the thing. I
We're
don't even
not
know if the
doing
jerseys would sell if we did get him.
not
Honestly,
enough to make it worth it. And
no.
guess what? You can't get them in the States now because of tariffs, right? So like
that
they're not selling them. Here's the thing.
is a sore subject. Tariffs, as I'm
Yeah,
wearing a
no,
$200 jersey.
I wasn't going into that, but I was going to go into this potential signing. Um, why rock the boat with a veteran who's going to demand starter level money? And quite frankly, I'm pretty comfortable with the 11 we have in that starting lineup. So why rock the boat? Why, make a pointless signing of somebody who's not worth what they're going to demand? Maybe this is just, final 5 days. His people are putting that rumor out there to try to get somebody to pay attention. Hey, if Frankfurt wants him, maybe Leverkusen or somebody who had a bad week one is like, hey, let's get an infusion of energy here. I don't know. It doesn't add up to me. I don't think he'd come back to the Bundesliga either.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's either he's either playing with City or he's retiring. Like I think that's pretty much it. Or maybe he goes back to Turkey. Honestly, he may play for Fenerbahce because they are stacked. They have Sane. You can go on and on with them. Or is it Galatasaray? Sorry, Galatasaray, not Fenerbahce. But yeah, apparently there's also Fabrizio was tweeting about this a couple or 10 hours ago that we were going for somebody from Real Betis.
Do you have a
Oh
name?
God,
Just a
I'm gonna
random player?
try Sergi Altimira. In early August, but apparently he was on Man City's option list, but he rejected us in early August. There's no intention to sell him apparently, but
Okay.
maybe that's a name that we could think about in the in January transfer window. He is a talented midfielder apparently, but
Yeah. I
that's
mean,
I
certainly
think
by the next time we talk, we're going to have resolution on what our final roster is. And
yeah.
I'm at a point where I've seen enough, whether it was the preseason or in week one or the Pokal, like I like who we have. Now we haven't played a genuinely truly tough side yet in any of those competitions, but I'm comfortable with where we are that I don't really want to make any more moves, unless it's a reinforcement for the defense, somebody who's coming in and knowing they're going to sit on the bench. But I don't really think we have any starting positions that need filling right now.
No, I mean we're good on the defensive side because we still have Smolcic back there. We still have Niels and Kunku. We have Elias Baum, Buta. I mean, we always got Timmy if you really need it. Not that I would love to see him play, but obviously, let's not get crazy
But if
here.
he's
But
playing,
I mean,
if he's playing, it's probably, because we're in the lead 4-1 with 15 minutes left, and we're trying to preserve legs for a Champions League match in midweek, and that's a good
it's a
position to
good
be in.
back.
The more minutes that Timmy has this year, the better we're doing. So
Correct. Very
that's not
true.
really a stupid thing to say. Like that makes a lot of
I'm with
sense.
you on that. I'm with you on that. Honestly, Timmy, you should be starting games for us. We've already clinched the Bundesliga. We automatically win Champions League because we're just so good already.
That's not what
Um,
I said.
could you imagine if there was some kind of world like that? I'm in Fugazi land. But I was interested because there's also reports about Mbembe potentially going out or even him going out on loan. But I
Yeah.
think with the injury on Shkiri, we don't have that many. I mean, like I said, we're very deep in midfield, but if we have an injury, we have an injury. Like there's not that many kind of
Yeah.
players. I mean, we have Dahoud who could potentially still go back in there. Where obviously you have Oscar Horland, you know, got. I mean, like the whole rotation is definitely deep there. But if one guy goes out, like we may have to go
But
to a youth guy or something like that.
it, I agree with you on the availability of some of these guys, but Dahoud and Ebimbe were not even in the 18 this last week. Like they're so far from the 11, they're not even on the bench. I mean,
Which is
to
crazy to me.
me,
And
it's
Mbembe's sick.
concerning. He can be, but remember how and I loved him. Jesper Lindstrom took a lot of heat because he'd play like two games that were out of this world, and then for 6 weeks you wouldn't even hear his name.
Yeah, he should have been dating Katy Perry because it's hit hot and cold all the time.
uh, 2017 wants their joke back, but it's kind of a thing where these guys are on the roster. They played minutes for us, but are they really depth guys if they're not even cracking the 18? I don't know. I mean, I would take a Bimbe over, a Timothy Chandler as far as raw talent, but they're clearly not bringing anything to the table. I mean, I don't know what the training situation is. Are they still training with the club? Are they collecting paychecks for nothing?
No, they're definitely trading and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, we're a good 22-man squad. We're a good 28-man squad. You know what I mean? Like
I think we're about
that's almost like
22 deep.
saying like Man City, Barcelona, like or Real Madrid. If you don't crack the 18, like, are you even that good? Like,
No, I'm not saying that he doesn't have the talent for it. I'm saying, is there something off the pitch where his attitude is not right? Because I would say Bimbe is a top 12 to 13 talent on this squad.
Yeah,
but
I'll give you that. Yep.
he doesn't apply himself to that mental aspect of the sport that, like, it's kind of the cliche that the coaches use. Like, if you put in the effort, I'm going to put you in the lineup. That's almost never true. It's not about
Mm,
the effort you put in, but as far as your ability to make it to the bench, your effort can get you to the bench. And
I'm with you on that.
that's where my concern is. That is something off the pitch. It's a vibe situation that's bad.
True, true. Well, let me look at the bench now quickly.
So the match on the weekend, we had Hoyland, Knauf, Wahi, Brown, Gotza, Buta, and Kuku, Bashwai, and Grawl. Nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I just don't know who you would switch out for Mbembe. I guess maybe Hoyland, maybe, but he's been playing good.
Yeah. And
I don't
that's
know.
kind of where
But you
you're
have a
saying,
point though.
hey,
You have a point though with attitude though. I didn't think about that.
Hoyland's a guy of the future and Abimbe is a guy of the past. I think that's the
He's
point that's being
24.
made.
He's now. That's the
if
thing.
if if this is your now, you better put in the effort and you better connect in the way that is going to make this group better, because they're rolling just fine without you in the lineup. So we don't need you. That's
Yeah.
what Dino is saying. If you want to be in this group, you have to prove it to me. That's my take. But
I wouldn't put those words in Dio's mouth, but it's a good point of view for sure. I didn't think
speaking of
about that.
takes, way too early
Yes.
takes based on 1 week into the season. Let's have some overreactions.
Mm, 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 mm. You think we can score
Let's
100
start.
goals?
Let's start with Frankfurt, and then we'll move to the rest of the league.
Okay. Okay. Um, you go first. Actually, what's your first crazy one?
I was hoping you would go, so I had time to think.
All right. I'll go first. I think we can score 90 goals this season. I said 100 first, which was an exaggeration, but
Okay.
I'm down to score 90 goals, especially
Okay.
based off of Monday.
Okay.
Because Bayern, I think, only scored like 95 or something like that. I don't know if they broke the record last year, or when did they break the record?
While you look that up, I'll go with my first hot take for the side. It's probably not even that hot, and I was thinking this before match day one. I wish I had said it out loud. Bohoya is going to lead our team in goals scored. I think there's so much attention to the right side and the amount of speed that's on the right side. He can just kind of hang out there and wait for the ball to come his way, pick up some rebounds. Some will be pretty, some will just be gritty, and I think Bohoya leads his team in goals by the end of the year.
Damn, you sound like a pro right there. I like that one. For a crazy Frankfurt one, I am gonna go with gonna be good or bad.
Yeah.
I think we're selling Larson for 70 million in January.
I'm all for that. If we can get 70 million for him, I'm all for it. I don't know, especially the way he started the season, if he can get to that point. He's going to need to be productive. Like, remember when Ekitike went in his run at the end of the year, every goal was like, add 2 million to the total, just keep going. That's kind of what we need to do to get Larson to 70 million. When it
Yeah.
was like 40 or 50, I think people could see that on the potential part, but he's got to show up more on the stat line for me. I mean, there were 15-minute stretches of the match where I didn't even see him. Maybe it's just where he was positionally, but it kind of blended in too much for me.
Okay.
Let me give you one more. Kind of forgot where I was going to go with this one, with another one for Frankfurt. All right, let's go back to the league. I'll find something.
I have
I'll
one
put
more. I
something
have
for
one more.
Frankfurt. Yeah, what do you got?
I think we are going to call up an academy player, and the academy player is going to score. Maybe the one of the two that came up for the U.S. tour.
Okay, I like that. A couple of them look really nice. I mean, they're, literally young enough to be my child, maybe even yours. But but it's a situation where I think the deeper we go into these competitions, the more we're going to have to rely on depth, and there might be a call up.
Yeah.
This depth it will be tested if we go deep in 3 competitions. I'm anxious to see that draw Thursday because I think we'll get out of the league stage in Champions League just based on the talent we have.
It's
But
just
that draw, who knows? I mean,
we're in
it's
pot
very
two.
random.
Pot two is
Yeah,
the toughest pot to be in, you know. So based on last
there's
year's league
but
phase.
that's the thing.
So
There's 1 year of evidence to that.
correct.
That you
Correct.
can't
That's
draw a
the
lot
beauty of
of
it.
inference off 1 year. Um,
That's
but
actually more of a chance of us not being having the toughest draw out,
yeah,
technically.
yeah.
Technically.
I mean, again, we'll start, you know, looking at trends after 3 or 4 years, but at this point, it's too early. Let's go with the league. A quick reaction to what happened in week 1. Leipzig is getting relegated. I
God,
don't
that would be a
know.
dream for so many for the
Uh,
Bundesliga. That would be a
yes,
dream
yes.
for the Bundesliga.
And people would like nominate a new rule that they can never come back or
Yep.
something.
Like there's just a no major like soccer groups like a city group or like Red Bull group can be in the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
Bundesliga anymore. That would
It's
be a
not
dream.
it's not that they don't have any talent, but they just look completely trash. It's not even like the professionals going out there to play. They just kind of went through the motions. They lost some leadership in the offseason, and the group just kind of looks like they don't have any interest in playing.
Nope.
Um, Again, 1 week on the road at the defending champs. That's the hot take early that is destined to be completely wrong, but we'll see what
Yep.
happens. What do you got for the league?
I think Union's getting relegated. Even though they beat Stuttgart, they look like fucking shit. They were terrible. So I do think they're going to get relegated.
They've been kind of doing an elevator thing since they came up, where like they were real hot early. Is that the year after their promotion that they qualified for Europe,
Yep.
or the
Yep.
second year up, whatever it was?
Right after.
And then they've been fighting that battle since, and it really don't know what to expect with that group. You want to pull for them; their story's good, but then at the same time, like they looked absolutely, just
They
terrible.
just they just don't have the players that they kind of had before, like the Gosens or anything like that. Like the only player that they really had is Ronau that I can think of. Our Ronau, our keeper for a little bit there, and then Sami Khedira's brother. That's honestly kind of pretty much it. I mean, they played like a 5 in the back. They played a 5-3-2. Parking the bus. I mean, I think Stuttgart had over like 20 shots, and they kind of got lucky, but you can't be doing that, for another 30, 32 games for the rest of the season. Like
Yep.
that's definitely not a sustainable system. So yeah, I mean, I think they're definitely going to be, one of the teams gets relegated.
Yeah. It's not the same as a St. Pauli situation. Their financial limitation with a $48 million payroll, that's going to be uncomfortable for their fans all year. But
Mm-hmm.
I think my way too early take regarding them is they're going to be safe. What they did on the weekend, and we're going to find out a lot about them on Friday, I think, is the Hamburg Derby.
Yep.
I think that's really going to tell us a lot about who they are, what their future looks like, because the way they came back to tie Dortmund was not an accident. I mean, they put in the work and made Dortmund uncomfortable and took advantage of the advantages given to them. But there's not an accident in coming back like that. Like you still got to put in the work. So my quick overreaction to that is St. Pauli's fine.
Yeah. No, I like that. I mean, that definitely gives them more confidence. I mean, one of the 3 burdens to get off of your list, with Bayern, you still have to play Bayern, you still have to play us. So, they got Dortmund out of the way real quick.
Yep. All right. Any more quick reactions to the first weekend of the season.
I don't think so, man. I mean, yeah, I don't think Leverkusen's going even top 10. I'm gonna say that.
Who do you think's going to fire a manager first?
Leipzig.
Who? Leipzig.
Leipzig, because they got relegated.
I mean, if they sit down there for more than 3 or 4 weeks, that could be the case.
If they don't get a win, yeah.
Their reaction is going to be really, really quick if they sit down there, say through like late September.
Oh yeah.
So let's move on to the preview for the weekend. Eintracht Frankfurt going on the road for the first time in league play against Hoffenheim. Speaking of sides that we don't know what to do with them, looking like absolute hot trash, but also a weird matchup for us. Where's your mind with this one?
I don't know. I think we're definitely going to be the better team here. I have definitely a lot more confidence in us. I mean, as long as we kind of show up as we did in the first game with Bremen, we'll be definitely fine. You know, Chanozo, Bahoya. I mean, we'll probably have Guts back because Guts will be, you know, fully healthy again. I mean, I know he kind of came off the bench, but you know, I hope most likely start. Maybe Doan will come off the bench instead. Or yeah, I don't know, man. I trust Indino with this one, and I do think we're just going to continue our dominance over them. I mean, as you can tell with their stats, there they haven't beaten us since 2023. So I'm more than comfortable what we're doing here. I'm also just reading these stats. In previous head-to-head matches, Bundesliga Hoffenheim has been on the losing end on 4 of their last 6 meetings. Okay, I thought I was reading something different there, but yeah, we're going to kill it. I think, you know.
I think it's funny that whatever service we pulled this shit from, it says Frankfurt has a 50% chance of winning. That means we have a 50% chance of not winning as well.
Is that rain in the forecast?
It looks like we should really pay for our own service. That's kind of hard to see. Yeah, it looks like rain in the forecast, at least clouds, if 54. Not more.
Wow, it's already that cold, and wow.
It's comfortable. That's football as it's meant to be.
That's in September. Like, this is still the 30th of August.
I love it though. That's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. Anyway, my thing is like we're supposed to win this one, but it is going on the road, and we haven't had a true road match. I think actually that Fulham friendly might come into play here because that's a side that, you know, we're kind of going on the road after being cozy on vacation in the States for a while. You go on the road to a place like Fulham, which, you know, really doesn't have a vibe for a preseason friendly, and kind of get it taken to you there, kind of a wake-up call. So maybe we can call on that experience a little bit coming with our first road match in league play.
I don't know about score prediction you're thinking here.
Yeah, that's a tough prediction to make. What we should do, or what I expect us to do, I'm gonna go with let's say a 2-2 draw, and everybody loses their damn minds.
Wow. All right. Diva coming out early. I love it. I love it.
No, that's not Diva. That's just, hey, you know, you guys look really good start of the year. Don't let your heads get too big. You know, slow down, regroup. We got a couple tough matches after this one. If we pull out a victory, I wouldn't be surprised at all. But I'm also worried about us being too confident too early.
Pull up the stats again, because I wanna look at something quickly. I'm a big trend guy. Because they just tied in Hoffenheim, and then before that we beat them twice, and then beat them in Hoffenheim, and then they beat us, and then we whooped them. Yeah, no. Okay. So we're definitely, doesn't look like, because it looks like the last time we did something back-to-back was a 3-1 victory back-to-back. So I definitely think we're going to win this baby. So I think we're going to win this 3-0. I think Teddy's going to get his first clean sheet with us. And in terms of goal scoring, I think Channelzon's going to get another one, which I'm looking right now at the FanDuel app. No free ads here, but Channelzon is at a plus 155 right now to score a goal. You know what's even crazier? Just as I'm looking at all this, Michy, Batshuayi, and Burkhart have or high or lesser odds to score. Like they have more likely to score a goal than Uzon. Bahoy is a plus 300. I gotta stop this, but yeah.
I would bet the house on that right now.
Right? Oh my god. I would bet on one of the three. You're definitely gonna still win money there. But yeah, no, Frankfurt's gonna win this 3-0. I think, like I said, I think Luzon's gonna score. I think Bahoy is gonna score. Depending who starts between Gutsa or Doan, I think one of them is gonna score as well. So
Yeah. I hope I'm wrong. I just the first road match of the year always scares me a little bit. But this is a group with some confidence right now, and like we talked about endlessly, not a lot of turnover, and I think that works in our favor.
when's the
I'm
last time we
expecting a
scored 9
win.
goals in 2 games?
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a
My hair was
while.
a lot shorter than this. That's for damn sure.
I was a lot skinnier. That's for damn sure. Oh, the Chicago pizza is killing me. All right, man. It is late. You got
Yeah.
to get to bed. I got to get some
Thanks,
dinner in
Dad.
me, and it, we all got to work tomorrow. That's the way it is.
That's how it
Matt,
is.
where can people find you on social media to yell about you telling him to put money on Bahoya and losing?
Yeah, definitely look at me on the Twitter page. I'm Matt SGE New York, and then on the Instagram space at Wagner _8. Yeah,
You can find me on Instagram at Chris N. Monroe or on Discord at C in the D 313. 24/7 Discord chat links on our link tree. If you haven't been watching us for the last 46 minutes on YouTube, go find us on YouTube. You'll see the links there in the bottom of the screen to all that stuff.
check
Getting a
out the
little
Swift
better at this production
jersey.
stuff. So let's talk kits for a minute since we're ahead of schedule here. Release of a fourth kit expected tomorrow, black with the white pinstripes. Matt, you're rocking
This
the
one's sick.
I think producer Nathan called it a AI produced globe. I like it myself. I think I'd like it more if it wasn't black and gray. If you gave me like a black and red in true Frankfurt colors, I think that would
That would be
stand out more.
sick. Yep,
Yeah.
I see
These are
that.
kind of like two neutral colors on each other.
Like this would stay black, but maybe this would be red and stuff like that. Like
Exactly.
all the
Yeah.
little gray spots. Yeah, and these stripes are probably the most hideous thing I've ever fucking seen. I think Adidas needs to move on from the 18th century and get a better
So
design.
going back like 15 years when you were learning to walk, when Adidas took over the MLS kit league wide, they did a thing where you either had the stripes on the shoulders or it was under the arms, but it was not both. And now it's like everywhere. And it drives me insane that the Adidas logo is equal, if not larger in size than the badge itself. The stripes on top are getting bigger. Like they're getting wider. I mean, it covers half the shoulder now.
You know what they should do? What if the stripes were on the collar instead? That would kind of look sick.
So
Adidas,
you need to
call
go to
me.
the Adidas office next time
Yep.
you're in the city and be like, "Hey, I got a design idea for you." They did that. I don't know if it was hockey jerseys. Somebody wore the Adidas neckline recently. And by the way, I got to ask you, as a German national team fan, your
Never.
thoughts on Adidas leaving the German national team
The-
and they're switching over to
ah.
Nike.
I don't like it, dude. I don't like it. I don't understand it. It's so weird. Like, why does Frankfurt switch and then German the national team switch at the same time? Like, I don't know. I don't like it. I mean, maybe it could help us switch vibes and give us better, better trajectory. Even though we did kill in the Europas, I was very, very happy with our Europa performance compared to all the previous ones after won the World Cup. But yeah, no, I'm scared of it. I'm weirded out by it. But if it gives us new, better mojo for, the World Cup in 2026 this summer or next summer, I'm for it.
I'm embarrassed for my own country. We're gonna get our asses beat. God, I had such high hopes 2 years ago. It's not gonna happen
Dude, the
now.
media does a great job for you guys. They definitely do.
killing
I'm
me.
looking for this neckline that you're talking about. I can't find it. Hopefully I'll find it though.
I'll find it.
That
for
would
you.
be
I'll send it
sick.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the people
right,
in the
so
chat send it to us.
You got 3-0. I got 2-2. We will meet up next week to chat about that and everything else that happens around the Bundesliga and any last minute transfers that come up. For all those at HuffPod, all those behind the scenes, producer Nathan for fixing all the mistakes we make here. Brian for the directional guidance and all of our contributors. We thank you. We thank our listeners, and we will talk to you next time on the Hey Eintracht Frankfurt podcast.
Hey, Eintracht Frankfurt, la 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 la. Hey, Eintracht Frankfurt, la 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 la.